Alright, what's up YouTube? I'm making a video here on a question that's been bugging me as I've kind of evolved as an airsoft player, as a technician, and probably a bunch of you wondering about, and that's simply put, what makes a really accurate airsoft gun. For this model, or for this video, I'm using my VFC M4 simply because I don't really have anything more than M4 that I can show you on, and hop-up units generally work the same. Maybe not look the same, but generally do work the same. Yeah, so that's that. So, a few things make a good hop-up. For starters, you need a good barrel. This is a 6.01 by 455 Type bore barrel. And you probably ask yourself, well, why don't I have this in my gun? Simply because with my gun's in a 247, and this goes past everything I'm going to put in it. What I am actually going to end up doing, though, is that I'm going to put a new, instead of a kind of a CQB length barrel here that stops here, I'm going to see if I can't get a quick screw on that'll just extend the, put a rail screw in here, more rail system here, or more screws here, or just replace the whole inner barrel with something, it's full size 363. I might buy a 363 Type bore. Just to start off, generally put, the longer your barrels are, the farther you will be able to shoot. That's why snipers shoot so far. At the same time, higher FPS, but that's not what we're talking about. If you're shooting 700 FPS and you have a good barrel, but you have crap everything else, that's great. It's gonna go flying, and if you're happy with that, cool. But I don't know a field that allows 700 FPS with 0.2 grams anyway, and you're not gonna hit crap, especially if I just told you and that's what you're running off. So a few things make a good hop up, and a few things make a good gearbox, and a few things make a good barrel. For starters, the tighter you are, as in 6.01, which is the tightest, because if you get a 6.00 barrel, well then that's not going to work, considering that BBs are 6.00 in diameter. So good one. So 6.01 kind of is the tightest you can get. It's on the market right now. So what makes it kind of is that a tighter barrel is going to give you better grouping. A good hop-up is going to give you steadier shots. They're not going to go out 100 feet and fly right or left. They'll tend to stay dead on. And a good gearbox, usually namely your piston, cylinder head, and air nozzle, maybe a cylinder too, are going to give you that compressed air you need, that perfect airflow to make all that stuff work in place. So let's just start this one off. You'll notice that my M4 is already kind of popped. That's because I was planning on taking it apart. So get right to it. It's a bit new, so it is kind of hard to take apart at some points. Bear with me. I also don't want to break it, which is why I'm doing this cautiously. And we got it. So, if you don't have a high quality AEG, I mean, this one is uber high quality. This cost me $300+. So for those of you asking, well, how much do you want for it? What's your price? Name me, I'll buy it. $300+. Don't ask me unless you want to pay $300+. That also doesn't mean $300 or 301, but I respect the try. Now, high quality gearbox like this, you probably don't need to touch anything here, because this gearbox is pretty goddamn good. But it is required. Basically, you need a good cylinder, good piston with a piston head, good air cylinder head, and an air nozzle, because that'll give you that what actually makes the air go this way and gives you FPS wise aside from a spring. Now what else you're gonna need is, you don't necessarily need a Type bore barrel. They do help a lot. They improve grouping. But you need a good barrel. You also need a good hop-up. This is a plastic molded hop-up, and the thing with plastic molded hop-up is that they're molded from plastic, which means that you can't get any air bubbles because it's all one piece. Aside from these little black screws and everything, so you can see through it. Yeah, but it's molded plastic. That's good. Not saying it's the best. I've met people with VFCs that absolutely love it. I've met people who have VFCs that despise it, but I like them. I have nothing against metal hop-ups either. I really haven't had a lot of experience in AEG with metal hop-ups. I've had one. I had it for about 2 games where I sold it. So you could call me biased, but This works fine for me, and I'm happy with it. Now this barrel is 6.04, and this barrel is 6.01. Technically, this barrel is better, but if there's 6.01, you gotta make sure you get absolutely no dirt in here, because there's very minimal room, which means that if you get even a little bit of dirt in here and this BB gets stuck, you're looking at a BB stuck maybe around like halfway here at 400 FPS. Guys, that's not going anywhere. You're good luck. I mean, I bid you good luck. If there's a fast trick you guys know, please let me know. I'm not saying it's happened to me, but worst case scenario. So now the also thing you're looking at is that I have a relatively small barrel. This is a 247 millimeter barrel. This is a 455. Huge difference. Huge difference. So this will technically shoot farther. At the same time, I'm just going to stick way out of the gun. So if you have like something like an AK or an M16, M16s generally have the longest barrel next to bullpup guns. You'll get really good accuracy. But if you have, if you have like a pistol, guys, you can only get so much accuracy. I mean, you really want to put a 455 millimeter length barrel in your pistol. That actually be really funny to see, but you'd look retarded. Personally, I mean, good luck. So that's kind of what makes an accurate AEG. You need not only a good hop up, but you do need a good barrel. And that's kind of half the battle. But because you also need good internals to make sure that all those, everything's working properly, get good air usage. And, guys, high quality AEGs can't hurt since they do last you a long time. I mean, honestly, I'm not looking at this thing breaking for a long while, so I think I'm better off. However, I mean, I'm not saying if you go buy a VFC M4 or VFC Mark 18 off of me, it's not gonna break. Everything's at one point, gonna break. You want to find me a product that kind of never breaks aside from like air? I'm waiting, but as it stands, I mean, these things all at one point, maybe your airsoft gun can break, and your airsoft gun might, maybe it will break. So, however, if you buy higher up AEGs, there's a less likely chance this happening. But I want to keep this relatively quick. Doesn't really look like I've done that. So this is Airsoft Man 12338 signing off, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Any questions, message me. Any help you need, message me. If you want to buy the gun, you've heard what I've said about it. Don't ask me otherwise. Alright, thanks a lot, guys.